What is up, Killers Agents? It is me, Sam Jackson, your host of In Command with Sam. And today's video is all about referrals. One of the greatest resources that we have inside the Keller Williams ecosphere, being the largest real estate brokerage with over 180,000 agents as the time I record this and growing. But one of the cool things about being part of KW is we have the largest referral network in the entire industry. And today I want to show you inside of Command how to go find those referral partners and how to send a referral out to one person, as well as broadcast a referral. So just in case you didn't know this, there's actually a really cool way that we can partner with potentially more than one person and really give them a chance to kind of try out, if you will. So let's jump right into it. Cool. So just in case you're new to Command, I'm at agent.kw.com, logged in already, but we're going to jump down to the referrals tool. So again, just in case you're new to the channel, I share this life hack every chance we can. When you hit this red KW logo in the left-hand side, it expands your tools, and the referrals is this one here, the fifth one down that looks like the little agent inside of the map icon. So we're going to click on referrals, and that's going to take us to this tool. All right, so once in referrals, you can see kind of a couple different things here. So I guess the best comparison I have is this is kind of like LinkedIn in a way, in which we have a network of people that I have built relationships with. That's what you'll see inside of the network. So on mine, you can see that there's a handful of agents that I've already added to my network. However, if I'm looking at an area in which I don't already have an existing relationship, I like to do this by going to the map. So I do this by clicking on the map button. And if you sat on my classes or have gone through this referral part with me before, I love to search someplace random. So I'm going to search for Sandwich, Massachusetts, the lovely town of Sandwich, Massachusetts. Now, I don't know anyone there. So this is a completely new group of people to me. But if I want to go out and find some agents, I type in the Sandwich, Massachusetts, and I can kind of swing and zoom in and zoom out of my territory. And maybe I'm specifically looking for somebody near Sagamore Beach here. Every dot that you see on screen represents a closed unit, and that closed unit's attached to an agent. So this one in particular belongs to Lisa Grow. If I were to move over here, that one belongs to Kate Conway. So this is really helpful that if I'm working with specifically like somebody who's looking to sell their house, I need to go find a listing agent referred to, I can trust that these two agents probably know the Sagamore Beach area very well, considering that they already have a closed unit in that area. But depending on how I zoom in and zoom out, and you may not be able to see all 10 dots here, but I can see that I have 10 results, and therefore there are 10 agents on my list over here. Now I can select and send a referral to just one of them. So if I wanted to send to Paul Kashi here, I can add him to my network, which is that LinkedIn thing that we talked about. And not to be confusing, that's not LinkedIn. It's kind of our own version of like connecting with people. Or I can send a referral by clicking on this button right here. But before I do that, well, actually, let me go ahead and do that. So once I do that, you can see that there's a little menu that pops up that says, hey, here's kind of the details or the information about it. It's a buyer, it's a seller, it's a tenant, it's a landlord. I can increase, decrease my referral fee inside of here. And then I can also give Paul or whoever I choose here a deadline on how quickly they want to accept it. So if Paul doesn't respond in the next 34 hours, I can move on. He's not going to see this referral anymore. I can give him some insight as like price point, min and max, and then some notes, and then command below this yellow line. None of this information is going to go out until I've decided we're going to work together and Paul agrees to that and we're on the same terms. But we're going to go ahead and input. I can select contacts from my database or go ahead and put a new contact in here. Now, I want to make sure that I don't get flagged by YouTube for taking contact information in. So this is a fake contact here. I think I have Michael Scott in my database. And I'm not going to put a home address in because again, I don't want YouTube to take my video down. But I can put in pre-approved, pre-qualified, just put some information here, their contact information. All of that is required. And then on the timeline as well. And then I'll hit add contact and send. So again, none of the stuff here in yellow will be received by the referring agent or referral agent until we've accepted and we've agreed to the terms of, hey, we're going to work together. But let me back out of here for a second. Another really neat thing is that we have this feature that as long as you have, I believe the number is 150, maybe it's 100, let me zoom out. But ideally, as long as I don't have too many people on my screen here, I have this button. Okay, so the number is 100. I have this broadcast referral button up here in the top right-hand corner. Now, I have too many on my screen right now, so you can see kind of grayed out or faded out. I have 108 people on my screen right now. But if we zoom in just a smidge and get rid of a few of those, I now have 46. So what's cool about this is that I can actually use this broadcast referral button, and instead of sending just one agent a shot at this opportunity, I can use this broadcast button and fill out the same form. However, it's going to go out to 46 different agents. And then for me, that tells me, and again, I don't want to speak ill of anyone because this is totally an agent-centric business. It's totally up to you. But if I want to weed out the part-time agents from the full-time agents, this allows me to say, okay, I want to change this acceptance deadline to maybe 12 hours. Who's going to respond to me quickly? Who's paying attention to this? Who's inside of their command? Who's engaged in Keller Williams? I can send this out to 46 people, give it a 12-hour deadline, and see who's going to respond to it. And maybe this is your decision to increase your referral fee. Maybe there's an agent out there that will go for 30 or 35. I'm not trying to sell leads here, but I'm saying that if you have a good quality one, you may have an agent out of this 46 that will choose to do that. So you can play with this a little bit. Um, but what's cool about this is I fill out the same exact information, but this time I'm sending out a broadcast. And this is set for the next 12 hours. But again, like I said, you can decide when that is. You can go up to 96 hours, so essentially a week. So yeah, that's the referral tool. And then once I send that broadcast out, every single person on this list over here will get a notification that says, hey, you've been sent a referral invitation from Sam Jackson, or this would be from you. And they have that time period to accept or decline, in which you get to select ultimately who you're going to work with. And then once you approve that, then that contact information is shared inside of their command. They get that notification that says, hey, Michael Scott or whoever the contact, that information will be shared with them. Now, please check with your brokerage. The thing that this does not cover inside of Command is that aspect of actually getting like a referral agreement with somebody. Each state, each MLS, every office is a little bit different. So make sure that you're following your local guidance there with what you need to do from a referral agreement. But this will at least get you set up inside of Command in which we're sending contact information and everything up that way. But as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Sam Jackson. You can look me up inside of the My KW white pages. You can comment here inside the YouTube section for comments. And yeah, if there's anything I can ever do for you, please let me know. And as always, as we sign off, stay in command. See ya.